The NBA's opening night has just wrapped up, and there's already a couple of things that we've learned. The Boston Celtics are actually unbeatable, the Knicks have some issues to take care of, the Timberwolves are taking a ton of risks, and the Lakers are currently running a charity. That being said, there's a lot to get into, so let's just go ahead and start with the first game of the night, which is the Boston Celtics versus the New York Knicks. With this, of course, being the ring ceremony for the Boston Celtics, and let me just start off by saying, these championship rings look crazy. There's been some rings in the past that turn into like pendants for a necklace, or pull out another version of a ring, or show how many championships that specific player has won. I mean, there's been a lot of different variations of championship rings. This one doesn't really have any of that. It just kind of looks cool, which I guess could be a good thing. But anyways, the ceremony was very nice. I'm sure all of the players, coaches, and fans really enjoyed watching this until TNT just randomly hit an ad break in the middle of the banner going up into the rafters. Like, how does that happen? I mean, the whole point of this night for the Celtics was to celebrate their championship, but instead they're getting hit with no flex zone Wingstop ads. But you know what? I don't feel bad for the Celtics at all. Actually, I don't even think they should have had a ring ceremony tonight, because I'm starting to think we're going to be in this exact same situation next year. We waited all of this time. We went through the Olympics, the offseason, the draft, preseason, summer league. We went through all of this thinking, what team is going to win the championship? Can it be, the Milwaukee Bucks? Is Dame more connected with Giannis? I've said that a good amount of times. Maybe Klay Thompson joining the Mavericks is going to be the move. No, none of it's happening. I'm sorry. The Boston Celtics are going to win this. Just to give you guys a little idea as to how absolutely insane this win was for the Boston Celtics, a majority of this game, the New York Knicks were shooting around 58%. Granted, they weren't shooting that well from the three-point mark, and that's something that they do have to work on. They finished this game actually shooting a lot better, 36%. But either way, 58% from the field, yet they were still down 19 points. I mean, it felt like this entire game, the Boston Celtics just had their three-point sliders all the way maxed out. Jason Tatum put up 37 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and made 8 of his 11 three-point attempts. Now, let me tell you, when I saw that video of him getting rid of the hitch in his shot, I didn't believe it. I didn't even see it. I didn't know where the hitch was. I didn't really see much when it came to those side-by-side comparison videos. Yeah, we were all wrong, or at least I was, because this man was knocking them down, man. They ended this game shooting 47% from 3, damn near breaking the record for most threes made in a single game, shooting 29 for 61 three-point attempts. That's insane. And the fact that this New York Knicks team is known as like a really good defensive team, and that just happened? I'm sorry, but the rest of this doesn't even matter. We all know that the Boston Celtics are going to win the championship again. Until I see another flaw in their system, I don't know who's going to beat them. As for the New York Knicks, things were just not looking good. Like I mentioned earlier, they failed to shoot well from 3, but they're one of the teams that I'm not really going to be too harsh on, because they did just kind of change everything overnight with that whole Karl Anthony Towns trade. Like, that was something that no one expected. It was so close to the season. I feel like they need at least like 10 games maybe before we start really giving them some sort of talking point on, okay, is the trade good for them? Did they really get anything out of it? I'll tell you right now, Karl Anthony Towns isn't even the problem. He had himself a great night. He was aggressive in the paint. He made a 3, but he was aggressive in the paint. He was getting rebounds. I really enjoyed watching his game. It was Mikal Bridges. It was the one guy that I think a lot of people were really excited for that ended up being the problem. Mikal did not have a good preseason by any means. I'm pretty sure he shot 2 for 19 from 3 during all of the preseason. Everyone's talking about how his trainer just completely ruined his jumper and now he has a crazy hitch in it. And he ended this game with 16 points, but oh my God, it was ugly. Shooting 2 for 7 from 3. This is someone who you should have been able to rely on as a three-point shooter. 38% in his career, one of the best corner three-point shooters in the league these past couple of years. It's looking a little bit scary. Once again, it's one of those things that I'm not really going to be too concerned about until later on in the season if, we don't see it really get smoothed out. I will say honorary shout out to Deuce McBride. That man was knocking down his threes and had some really fun shots, some cool and ones in there as well. Very fun game to watch. I'm excited to see what he can do this year. Over in the Western Conference, conference, though, the Minnesota Timberwolves almost find themselves in the same situation as the New York Knicks, which kind of makes sense because they were involved in the trade. I don't really know how to feel yet about the whole Julius Randle side of things. I do like that he is mainly there to help Anthony Edwards, and he is there to make his game better and find him in the open spots and that sort of thing. Donte DiVincenzo has proven himself. He is going to be a great player no matter where he goes. He's going to be able to hit down those crazy shots, those threes, be aggressive, be feisty, get the ball, whatever it is, he is going to show that, and he already has in this first game. When I say in the intro, though, that the Timberwolves are taking huge chances, a lot of that is about Naz Reid. The Timberwolves got rid of Karl-Anthony Towns because they didn't want to pay him, right? Makes sense. You don't want to go into the second apron. It really penalizes you as a team and whatever. So they went ahead and traded him to kind of give Naz Reid more of the shine, give him more of the minutes, give him the position, give him whatever it is. It's going to be a little bit interesting on whether or not Naz Reid is able to transition into that position. If he's good off the bench, he should be good going into the game, but it doesn't always work out like that. Actually, specifically with the Sacramento Kings, when they tried making Malik Monk the starter, it just didn't work out as well. He was better off on the bench. So that's kind of the big risk that I'm talking about here. He did have himself a decent night, I guess, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, but the Timberwolves actually somehow lost this game. And you know what? I can't believe I'm saying this, but it was because of Anthony Davis. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, but I remember saying in a video that if the Lakers want to succeed, LeBron is going to have to pass the torch at some point. He is going to have to let Anthony Davis be the guy for the team, because we all know that he can be the guy, and holy shit, this game, he did it all. 36 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. He was just dominant. And the funniest part is that it actually took the Lakers a minute to really involve him in the offensive side of the game. For a bit, they were just running everything through LeBron as per usual, and I think that that is something that should slow down. LeBron is getting older, even though he's still an amazing player. It is time for Anthony Davis, if healthy, to really just be the one for this team, man. I said it before, that is how the Lakers will be successful. Do I think that them beating the Timberwolves means that they're now a contending team and are going to win the championship? No. This team is like a play-in team max. Maybe if they have some crazy season, they somehow dodge the play-in tournament and they're a low-tier playoff team, but I don't see that happening. But Anthony Davis playing good wasn't the only historic moment in this game, because we finally got to see LeBron James and Bronny James play in the NBA together at the same time, on the same court, and even on the same team. And I'm not gonna lie, when I said that the Lakers are running a charity earlier on in the video, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Listen, I am not a Bronny hater, okay? And I'm not even gonna talk about his game in this video because he barely even played. It was known way before the game that Bronny was going to play, and I think it's pretty obvious that it was just so we can get this moment of Bronny and LeBron playing together. I mean, the dude only got 2 minutes. He got scored on by Julius Randle and didn't really do anything else, which, to be honest, we could just see Bronny get sent down to the G League team in like a week, and I wouldn't really think much of it. This was the big night. It was the season opener. Bronny got to play with LeBron. They won the game. Everything was cool. We got the photos of it. We got the videos. FaZe Clan was there for some reason. Like, I don't really know what was going on in LA at the time. Kai Cenat was also in Boston. Like, what the fuck? Can I get an invite to one of these games? Sacramento? You guys want to help me out here? That being said, those were the 2 games that happened today, and there's already so much that I've gathered from it and so many things that I feel like are going to happen or are true. If you do agree or disagree, let me know down in the comments below. I read and respond to everyone. And man, I just can't believe that the NBA season is finally back. That being said, I will see you guys all in the next one. Later.